Wagwan West Indian Literature Conference. Hail the prose scholars, the reggae poetry analysts, the dancehall, soca, and calypso critics. I begin this sonic session with a reminder that the critic and the selector have much in common. You see, if we do our job right, we introduce new material to the audience. If we do our job right, we move people. If we do our job right, we provoke excitement around the art. This evening, I am both critic and selector. I don this trickster role in honor of 30 years of Noises in the Blood and 30 years of Woman Version. I take this shape in honor of 41 iterations of this conference, and I shapeshift into this form in honor of 50 years of hip-hop. But don't think of me as DJ Kool Herc, though I do represent Jamaica and the Boogie Down Bronx. Think of me as the little spider. You know the one, the little Nancy spider.
This woman never trouble no one. I'm a lady, I'm not a man. MC is my ambition.
Because this presentation is a sonic salute to the women who helped to bring us to this moment, to this contemporary break, to inclusivity, to possibility, to reclamation, to liberation, to femmehall, to techno, and the non-binary of dub. Welcome to my session.
Lyrics, when you hear them, you sound like Christy Biscuit. You come in at the place, I say, well, slick, you bam, bam, hey, yo. Bam.
This generation rules the nation.
Woman.
Make some noise!
In the blood, 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 in the blood.
What I'm saying? Each one teach one.
This is Erna Brodber, hailing up the West Indian Literature Conference. Hi!
Johnny, Tommy, first you rock like this, don't.
You are the worst.
Women poets. The little man, too early home today, surprised me, scribbling while the washer turned. Aha, I see you take your little ride. Well, let me see your book. Not bad. Not bad. A little comma here, a period there. That sentence can make sense. Almost. Your friend there scribbling too, and Jeannie down the road. Well, how nice. How triply nice. Not mad. Not mad.
One no sound never there. Never play one tune one they never hear yet. Level. Hey girl, 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 hey girl.
Call me poom poom, put her in your contact. Top up, she flew me poom poom, I call back, call her.
Hey girl, 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 hey girl.
Call me poom poom, put her in your contact.
Hey girl,
top up, she flew me poom poom, I call back, call her.
hey girl, 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 hey girl.
My boom 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 boom, I ain't not regular. My boom 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 murder, watch it fit up on your jugular.
Hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, hey girl.
This your boom boom poetry.
Women poets.
This your boom boom poetry.
Women poets.
Hey girl,
Women poets.
hey girl.
Women poets. Women poets. Women poets. Women poets.
Shell down the place. Shell it. Shell it.
That was hard.
Hi, I'm Pyne. My name Pyne. Pyne sound is a femmehall sound. I grew up on reggae gold compilations and bootleg dancehall mixtapes from market stalls, so the kick and the bass off a knock, you know? But I also grew up singing in a Jamaican Pentecostal church, listening to indie rock at my campus community radio station, and listened to a lot of R&B. So the vocals, they have to be spirited. But femmehall isn't only a sound, it's a whole way of practicing, and my practice feminizes the dancehall music production space. Now this could be choosing which mic brings out the vulnerability in my voice, highlighting the vocal quiver of an especially emotional moment. But femmehall also shows up in how I interact with collaborators, making sure there's enough food for us all, or simply asking about their day, putting care into production. Dr. Cooper's work made it clear to me why femmehall is necessary by telling us what happens to Black women's bodies, the vulgar body, in the dance hall space.
You can see that the devaluation of the Black female body, the big hips and the big bottom and that kind of thing, that is just not valorized in the conventional aesthetic of what is beautiful. That tells you something about the society's devaluation of the Black body and its reclamation in dancehall. I don't know if that makes sense.
That totally makes sense. It's essentially in dancehall, women are creating space for themselves that don't exist in the everyday world.
In other space, exactly.
Yeah. In a dancehall, they can brock out, be seen, take up space without...
Wine and carry on bad.
Yeah.
They reject... That carried on bad is a rejection of the middle class respectability, what I call sexless Victorian virtue.
You need to trademark that. And so Dr. Cooper's work gives me full permission as a femmehall producer to guam bad and reclaim a new space in dancehall, the studio producer's chair, a place where Jamaican Canadian scholar Dr. Flynn says men dominate the production and dissemination of dancehall music. But real talk, that's not why I make femmehall, you know. I make femmehall because I'm a bad girl, like straight up. And Dr. Cooper taught me that too. The reason why Pyne exists, why I'm making this femmehall sound, is, as she put it one day, in an almost shockingly nonchalant way, she said to me, "What's the point of being a bad girl if you're not going to use it?" Bless up Dr. Cooper. Big up Noises in the Blood on 30 years of Guan and Bias.
No they, only them. No she, no he, only them. Call that one them. That means said them is not exclusive, don't? Them are inclusive, yeah? Them rejects the gender binary, don't? Arguably, this questioning, this messaging is what is embedded in the title of Part 1 of Dion Tygapaw Mackenzie's 2022 techno opera. Tygapaw, a queer, Jamaican-born artist and self-taught music producer and DJ based in Brooklyn, mounted a techno opera during their residency at the Chocolate Factory in New York City. They titled Part 1, Devil Woman, Obia Woman, Dem No Like We, and We No Like Dem. Allow me to take you back to that space. The space of the Chocolate Factory on that evening of April 2022. Inside there were no curtains, no aisles, and no seats. The buildings offered no warmth, only shelter from the chilly rain. The streetlight filtered in through the patchwork glass panes of the theater. But the theater was awash in the supernatural, extraterrestrial green glow cast by the stage lighting. The stage was not more than 18 inches off the ground, and soil softened the performance surface and smoothed its corners. Waxy, leafy plants were rooted into the right angles that formed the perimeter, and what appeared to be 2 tree trunks flanked either side of the projector screen. Front and center was a small television monitor filtering and live streaming Tygapaw's actions in grainy black and white video. Smooth riverstones formed a stretched oval and cables snaked like vines. Costumed in white pants and close-fitting top that revealed both how it was stitched together and how easily it could come apart, Tygapaw kneeled, stretched, balanced, and twisted clockwise from console to console. Head bowed the entire performance, they tweaked knobs and slid faders. Holding a corded microphone in their right hand, Tygapaw's shoulders were taut, strong, and bare. Yellow words appeared on a glitching green screen. The richly saturated, pulsating, morphing, pixelated images made text decipherability intentionally difficult. And when Tygapaw spoke into the microphone, rather than their voice becoming amplified, it became less human, more machine, and more incomprehensible. The words of Jamaica's national anthem, a prayer of a song written by Reverend and Honorable Hugh Sherlock et al., were transformed and dissolved by the synthesizer. This was Tygapaw's techno opera, a hybrid term saluting 2 musical genres not typically ascribed to Jamaican music makers. Techno music, born to Black Detroit in the 1980s, then co-opted and adopted by white America and Europe, is considered to be rave music, liberation music, freedom and excess music that encourages listeners to get swept away, carried away not only by drug-induced euphoria, but by rhythm-induced ecstasy. Put another way, techno is ritual music. And opera, as the OED acknowledges, is composition in which poetry, dance, and music are combined to tell a story. This was a techno opera, a combination, a hybrid of the two. Tygapaw's techno opera percussively built from kumina to dancehall. Using sound, they lifted listeners from feet using that kumina to hands using techno. Images looped back and forth, stitching marooned black bodies together. Them Africans in Jamaica's mountain spaces, them poor black Jamaicans in dance hall spaces, them queer black bodies in ballroom spaces. From the margins brought to center, out of many, one people, in a new way.
Some of us might get free.
In that makeshift dance hall of the chocolate factory and on the makeshift altar of another kind, it became clear that the root of possession is session. Session, the meeting of an official body in order to conduct business. Session, the coming together of a jazz band's instrument players to jam. And session, the dance hall gathering of vulgar bodies moving in response to the vibrations of towering sound system speakers. The link between session and possession are intertwined. For who can resist the giving up of self-control? The giving up of self-control and the musical possession that happens in the dance session.
Some of us might get free.
This is what I want us to think about in this space, in this session here now. My words have been steadily delivered over techno work of Tygapaw, but regrettably not the soundtrack to the techno opera. No, these are tracks from their powerful 2020 EP titled Get Free.
Some of us might get free.
Get Free serves as a precursor to the techno opera and introduces the themes of liberation and possibilities in the best way possible through sound. As stated in their bio, Mackenzie uses music to create sonic worlds that exemplify a profound sense of self-determination that asserts a new identity, free from the constraints of external control. Using techno as their main genre of focus, their work urges us to renegotiate and expand the potential and possibilities of our understanding of the genre. The vulgar body is stretched. The vulgar voice is warped. This is the future. Tygapaw pushes us forward in our thinking about gender. We move from woman version to AFAB dub, assigned female at birth, into a new space. It is my hope that my role as selector has been inspiring. It is my hope that my role as selector has hailed up these big, bad critics, Evelyn O'Callaghan and Carolyn Cooper. Alas, no more long talking. Let me bring this session to a close with a sampling of Tygapaw's Thank You. I thank you.
The party arrived at a clearing. The sun strode through the canopy, bit by bit, until all at once she was warmed by the entire sun. She turned to see who had kept pace, but now found souls dancing all around and could see that they had been following all along. And so had she.
name.